don't act like you forgot. I call a shot, like blah, blah, blah. Y'all should know me well enough. But I am on. Yeah, yo. Bitch, but I am.
So starting off with the face, I'm going in with some primer using the Benefit Pore Professional Primer and just applying that all over my T-zone area. Going in with my Maybelline Fit Me Dewy Smooth Foundation in Buff Beige, I'm going to be using my spoon brush to blend that out and then taking a dry beauty blender to buff the rest of my foundation out. Taking some hard Candy Glamaflouge Concealer, I'm going to be priming my eyelids with this and cleaning underneath my brows. I kind of sort of have my brows already partially filled in, but besides that fact, I'm going to blend that concealer out, make sure it's seamless and nice with a dry beauty blender. And then I will set that concealer with some Airspun loose face powder in Natural Neutral. For the first shade, I'm going in with Teddy from the Nude Huda Beauty Palette, and I'm buffing that all in my crease area as my transition shade, just to get a pop of color. So after that shade, I'm using Lemonade Craze from the Maybelline Lemonade Craze palette. It's the yellow shade in there, and I'm doing this basically the same way I did Teddy, just buffing that in the crease, combining those two colors together. And I don't know, I just love the way this eye look came out with the brown shade and the yellow shade. It just looks really pretty, and I'm so ready for summer and spring, you guys. Like, yeah. So now I'm just going to cut the crease with some of my Glamaflouge Concealer. And for my crease shade, I'm going to be taking the Lemonade Craze palette again and using Strawberry Lemonade for the crease shade.
Pinged up cooking.
Now I'm just touching up my crease, and then I use my finger to apply that Strawberry Lemonade shade to make it more poppin'. So I'm taking some of my Milani Highlighter Trio Kit, and I'm taking the pink highlighter and I'm popping that in my inner corner and some on my brow bone. Then I take my Ardell lashes and just pop those on, make sure those are secure. I use the Duo Lash Glue, it's the pink one. Didn't really get to film the part of me applying all my concealer, but I just apply it everywhere I usually do. And I use the Glamaflouge concealer with some Milani oil drops to make it more creamy. If anybody knows that song, let me know in the comments down below. If y'all do, y'all real OG. Anyways, I'm just blending out my concealer with my spoon brush, and I do take a dry beauty blender, like never been damped, never been touched with water, nothing, because I feel like I get the best application when I do this with just a dry beauty blender, because I have very dry skin, and when I tend to wet my beauty blender, it tends to patch up more with the powder. So I don't wet my beauty blender, but I'm just blending out all my concealer to make sure that it is nice and smooth. To contour my nose, which is my favorite part, I'm using my Coconut Maybelline Stick foundation, and I am just applying that everywhere. I usually contour and blending. I had my eyebrows partially filled in, so right now I'm just retouching them to get all that, you know, foundation and concealer off of them, make them look poppin' and shit. So blending out the contour on my nose, I use a smaller brush because I like to really define my nose. That's just my favorite part on contouring. Then I go with a makeup wipe and remove any excess, you know, foundation, concealer off my lips, so I can put on some rosebud lip balm. And yeah, then we're gonna go ahead and powder up with the Airspun loose face powder. I make sure I blend out those creases so there's no creases when I powder up. And yeah. I don't usually bake, but when I do, it's around the sides of my mouth and on my chin. Mainly the sides of my mouth because I tend to get, you know, smile lines and shit. I hate them, but we gotta do what we gotta do. Then I dust off all the excess powder, and yeah. Then I contour underneath, or I clean up my contour with some powder underneath that, just to make it look nice. So to bronze, I'm taking my Hoola Benefit bronzer, and I, you know, just bronzing up where I contoured. And you want to do this because I used cream to contour, so now I'm just setting that with powder like you do with concealer so it doesn't move throughout the day. Now to apply some blush, I'm using my Tarte Blush in Feisty. This is the perfect brown blush for me. I love it. So for some highlight, I didn't show it, but I'm using that Milani Trio highlighter, and I'm putting that pink one on the tip of my nose, down the bridge of my nose, just to match, you know, the pop of color in my eye. Then I like to put this on like kind of my cheekbone area, so when I smile, it gives me a little highlight reflect. For the lip liner, I'm using my Milani Nude liner. And then for some lipstick, I am using my Vivid Matte lipstick in Thrill. Gonna add a pop of gloss with my Makeover Essentials gloss. It looks like it has a tint, but it's just clear gloss. Then I apply some eyeshadow. I use Teddy first, and then I go in with the yellow shade, smoke that out. After that's done, you want to apply some mascara. I didn't get that clip, but that is the finished look, you guys. Thank you so much for clicking on this video. Don't forget to hit that thumbs up, leave some comments, and subscribe. Love you guys.
Yeah, yo. Yeah, yo.